Hey everybody, welcome to What About Houston. I'm your host, Lara Bell. Pull out those old photos because coming up, we're showing you how to scrapbook. Plus, Jan Glenn's taking us to the Museum of Natural Science and details on our 2007 wedding giveaway on this edition of What About Houston. Hi, I'm Lara, wife to a terrific husband and mother to a beautiful little girl. My friends and I love Houston with all of its great restaurants, boutiques, sporting events, and local attractions. There's something for every woman in every walk of life. So join us as we explore everything Houston has to offer, and you'll see why we're wild about Houston. Hey, everybody, I'm sitting here with Jan Glenn and Lauren Lanning, and my second New Year's resolution, I told you guys a couple weeks ago, it was to diet and lose 15 pounds.
Yes, right.
The second New Year's resolution that I had, which I am so keeping, is to keep up with my kids' scrapbooks.
That is amazing.
Like you don't have enough to do. Let's do a scrapbook.
I do it at nighttime.
Yeah.
Now this is I'll show you guys this. This is Dylan's from her first year that I did.
That is so
and this
cute.
is
This is actually
cute
her
idea.
dress.
Yes.
This was a dress that she wore. So basically what I want to do is do a scrapbook for each kid per year. Like this is
Right.
her first year, you know, so it's just something.
That is just her first year.
This is all just
Oh
2004, her
my
first year.
gosh.
So so she's going to have one of these for every single year.
That is adorable.
And I keep
Lara.
saying
You
I don't
did a
have
good
time
job.
to do it, and now I
Okay,
feel
but this
bad.
is the problem.
She has more to do than I do. But
this-
still
no,
does
She's
it.
doing this.
Okay, so
right.
this is the problem though. Last year, 2006, I was pregnant. I didn't feel good. I was
Yeah.
just grumpy. I wanted to sleep and all that stuff. So this is poor Dylan. So that's
last year. So that's her scrapbook.
This is last year. This is 2006 for Dylan.
Oh gosh.
Bless her
However,
heart.
my New Year's resolution is to do hers for last year.
Okay, now you're going to do this until they're 18 years. You're going to do this.
Well, I'm saying that.
Oh,
you
my
know.
goodness.
I want to know where you're going to store all of these
I
things
know.
for 18 years.
I think
Look
it's
at this
so
thing.
neat.
This
You know,
thing is even heavy.
But you know what? Dylan, she's 3 years old. To this day, she loves getting these out and looking
And
at
looking
them.
at herself,
It's like
yeah.
a book.
It's cute.
You know,
She's
it's
gonna
like
want to help one day to do these with
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
And how fun will that be?
Oh, I know.
That's gonna be so much fun.
So my New Year's resolution is to catch up from last year. Plus, I had a baby boy.
Yes.
I can't leave him out because you said, would you say your sister has one?
Oh, my sister, my older sister has this
Right.
beautiful baby book. We're going through Mother's
She's
things.
older.
She's older. She's
Right.
2 years older. Jan has a blank book.
See,
Mother
she
never
has a
even filled it in. I
blank
thought
book.
she thought we're gonna get rid of her. she didn't work out.
That's how my younger sister is
So,
too.
but I mean, that's
See?
the way. Well,
And
she's
I
an
have one
older
that's
sister.
filled out, and Taylor doesn't have one at all.
At all.
See?
See, and that's what poor Brooks. I mean, poor Brooks. I'm like, I can't do that to
That's
him.
why I'm asking you. When they're 18 years old, are you going to be making these books?
But I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe for the first 5 years.
Yeah, I was gonna
gotta
say that
catch up
sounds
on
good.
2006.
See, I feel sorry for Brent. Does Brent have a book?
No, Brent does not have a book.
That's her husband.
No, Brent has no book. But anyway, so I wanted to find out all the new trends because I'm a year behind now on my
Right.
scrapbooking. So I found the biggest scrapbook store in the city, and there's tons of ideas. Okay, folks, as I said, 2007 is time for me to get my scrapbooks in order just from last year. So helping me is Sherry Peterson. She is with this great place. It's called the Lone Star Scrapbook Company, and you're going to help me get started, aren't you? Okay. It is so overwhelming to look in a bag and just see tons and tons of photos. What kind of tips can you give me and the viewers on how to get organized and start scrapbooking?
Well, I think the best thing that you need to do is if you're like a lot of people that have scrapbooks or that are not finished,
Right.
or you have your photos that are just sitting in boxes, I think the hardest thing is just to look in there and say, okay, where do I get started?
That's the scary part.
We try to tell people that if you have a bunch of photos, the best thing to do is categorize them.
Okay.
You can buy photo boxes, you can buy envelopes, you can buy different containers to put them in, but label them according to year and then go from there.
Now, should you start current and work your way backwards or backwards forwards?
Well, what we suggest is to work the most current.
Okay.
And get those done first, because those are the freshest in your mind. You know where those pictures were taken, you know the people in them, you know the dates. That way you're not feeling so overwhelmed. Get those done, and then the rest of it just work backwards and catch up.
Okay.
But as you realize that you're going to take more pictures as you go along,
Right.
so by working current, go ahead and stay up on those ones that you were taking at the time so they're not thrown in the box with the rest of the old ones.
And then you farther behind.
And then you're further behind.
Okay, starting out, what are some of the basic things that a new person who wants to scrapbook really needs? What are some of the basic tools, the must-have tools?
Well, they're coming out with so many different products nowadays. The best thing to do a lot of times is take an intro class.
Okay.
If you take an intro class, which most of your local scrapbook stores have, they're going to go through how to get organized, the basic tools that you need to get started, all the different things that you're going to need. So what you would do then is the basic tools. You need a paper trimmer. You're going to need some adhesive. You're going to need an album. You're going to be told the different types of albums that there are to purchase.
Yeah, because that's the thing too. There's so many different types now. And I think another important thing that you had talked to me about earlier is make sure whatever you use, the paper is acid free. What does that do? Does that help the pictures, or what does that do?
You're going to want to put these pictures in so they're going to be preserved for years to come. That's why you're doing this. You're not doing it just to throw it in a box because other people are going to want to look at it. So there's stuff out there. It has to be archival safe, acid free. Use the right adhesives, you know, by just using a glue stick and throwing it on there. You throw it in a box, maybe in another year or two, the things are going to be all falling off again anyway. If you're using the right products, they're going to be there for years, for generations, for other people to look at, because that's why you're doing them.
Now, you said something really important. You said that a lot of scrapbook companies and stores offer free classes. Those are also fun because you can socialize there. You know, this has really become kind of like a girls' night out type thing.
Yes, here at our store, and I know a lot of the other stores do the same thing, they have crop rooms.
Right.
A crop room is where everybody gets together. There's usually tables. We have die cutting machines and different things. People will come up here and they can work on their scrapbooks in the store. We are open late on Friday nights. We get several women that come up. They will call babysitters in. They'll stay here till midnight. They all get together. If we've got somebody new that comes to town and says, I love scrapbooking, I don't have any friends to get together with.
It's a great place to meet people.
By them coming up here, they've made friends. They go to dinner before they come here.
Have
it's a good way to get away from the kids and the husband for a little while.
Okay, these are some great tips. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get started on my 2006 album, and I'm gonna bring it up here when I'm done, and I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you because I am gonna finish it.
We get a lot of people to bring them back in, and they're beautiful.
Well, thank you so much. These were great tips. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Good luck.
And don't go away, because up next, details on how you can win a trip for 2 to Australia, or how you can enter to win our 2007 wedding giveaway. So don't go away. Okay, folks, I am so excited because starting next week, we're going to be giving away a trip for 2 to Australia for 10 days. With me is Billy Martin. He is the owner of Let's Travel Together, which is a great local company who's doing the trip with us. And the cool thing about Billy is he is the only person in Houston who can call himself the premier Aussie specialist. Welcome to Wild About Houston.
Thank you.
And thank you for this trip. Okay, Australia. Tell us about it.
It's one of the most fantastic places in the world. It's the world's biggest island. From an ecosystem, it has everything you could possibly imagine there. From Uluru, which is the most sacred place for the Aboriginals, up to Darwin with the crocodiles. That's where Steve Irwin got his start with the crocs up there. To the Great Barrier Reef, to the Daintree Forest, to the deserts, the Simpson Desert and the Olgas, and Kangaroo Island. It is just a fantastic place. We love everything about Australia.
Okay, now he's been, how many times have you been to Australia again?
38 times.
38 times. So you know it's beautiful.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like obviously your favorite place to go. What do you think makes it just so incredibly special?
One of the greatest things are the people. The people there really care, especially about Americans. They speak English. They love to have people come in. They love to show off their country. They are incredibly proud of their country. And it's just a super, super place. Plus the fact that there are things that you find there you can find no place else in the entire world.
For instance?
Tassie devils.
Yeah. So that's not just a cartoon.
No.
That's for real?
Those are for real.
See, I would have thought they were
and
just
they're
cartoons.
endangered.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, this right here, do they really use boomerangs in Australia?
They absolutely use boomerangs in Australia. This is a painted one for a desk, but
Right.
the Aboriginals use it, especially in the desert area, to hunt food.
And to this day, they're still using them.
They're still using them.
And what is this right here?
That's a didgeridoo. It's a musical instrument that the Aboriginals play, and it sounds like an entire orchestra. I mean, a good didgeridoo player, when they play this, you would think that there's a dozen people out there making music.
You guys are donating this trip that we're going to be giving away, so the viewers need to tune in next week for all the details on how they can win. But your company does more than just Australia trips. However, if you are going to Australia, like I said, you're the premier Aussie specialist here in Houston, so you're the one to go to.
Absolutely. And when they call us up, not only do they get me, but my partner, Melody Martinelli, is an Australian specialist also.
Okay.
And we're also specialists in New Zealand and South Africa and about 70 different
See, everybody thinks I have a
destinations.
pretty cool job, but let me tell you, I think you've got a great job. Australia 38 times? That's awesome. Okay, what's your website?
www.letstraveltogether.com.
And your phone number?
713-681-4001.
Okay, we've got an exciting few weeks coming up on Wild About Houston thanks to Billy and Let's Travel Together. So be sure and tune in next week for all the details, and you too could be going to Australia. Thanks, Billy.
Thank you, and what a Sheila.
There you go.
And don't go away, because when we come back, the new exhibit at the museum everyone's hopping about. Plus, we're giving away tickets to a great new performance at the Hobby Center. But first, here's this week's Gym Tips.
Today I'd like to talk about tummy time. Pediatricians are recommending that babies sleep on their backs. Well, this takes away the opportunity for babies when they wake up in the morning to be on their tummies and to start pushing up and working on that upper body strength, shoulders, neck, and back strength. So what you want to do is take a little bit of time every day and offer tummy time. Now, it doesn't have to be tricky or complicated. You just want to spend a few minutes each day with you can make a bolster out of a simple paper towel roll. You're going to take your paper towel roll, put your baby blanket over the top, and then this is going to create a bolster for Brooks. Hi, Brooks. To go ahead and have a few minutes of tummy time. Now, a great way to keep Brooks happy is to have a mirror, a simple mirror from home, sitting up. We're going to lay Brooks right on his belly, and this is going to give him a few minutes of tummy time. Hi, Brooks. Now, when Brooks is on his belly like this, look at how he's keeping his head up, working on his neck strength. He thinks he's funny, that's right. Brooks is moving and trying to explore because he can see himself in the mirror. Now, you don't want to do too much tummy time. We don't want to make the babies frustrated. What you want to do is offer a little bit at a time to strengthen those muscles.
Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm sitting here with Jan and Lauren. And Jan, you love the museum, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
I try to go there as often as I can.
No, you really do, and it's a
The
great
Museum of
place.
Natural Science.
I know, it's
Yes.
awesome there.
Yes.
Out of all the stories you've done at the museums,
Yes.
which one is your favorite?
Well, the one coming up, of course.
Is it?
Yes, of course. They're about to start a new frog exhibit that goes on until May. Now, I have a question for you.
Okay.
All right. How long do you think frogs have been around?
Well, aren't they from prehistoric times?
Don't ask me. I'm asking you. She
Okay,
watches
I'm gonna-
Discovery Channel, so she should know.
Oh, great. I'm going to say back when the dinosaurs were around.
Yeah.
She's pretty close.
That's
Before the dinosaurs were around. They're the first animals.
So was it before? It was
Okay, wait.
all right. Well, I don't know
guessing.
exactly the year that the dinosaurs were here, but it was 220 million years ago.
Oh
Is
my
how long they've been
gosh.
around. Right. Warts and all. Warts and all.
I do know that not all frogs are green.
Uh-huh.
That's true.
See, she watches Discovery.
She does.
Is that how you
I know
know that?
small facts.
Just little ones. Useless ones. Useless.
No, it's very important. I used to live on Tree Frog Lane.
I
And so I'd
know.
go to bed at night and I'd hear the frogs, and they chirp.
Right.
The tree frogs.
Yeah.
And they have.
They're annoying.
Well, the name
Yeah.
of and the name of this
They're
is
annoying.
called.
Yes.
No. They're not annoying until the bullfrogs come out.
Yeah.
You know, and then it's annoying.
Yeah.
But I shouldn't say that because I'm supposed to promote these frogs, regardless of who they are. All right. They've been around 220 million years, and now you're going to see eyeball to eyeball. what these frogs are all about. It's called A Chorus of, I can't remember. But anyway, it's all about frogs. Watch. Frogs, the most